how many groups?
4 groups.
3 groups of how many counters?
6.
How many counters in each group? So 3 groups of 4. What'd you guys do? What'd you do? Asia, what'd you do? How many groups did you do? Very good. Man, you guys are so smart. All right. Miss Marcella, what'd you do? You made them into groups of, how many counters did you use in each group? You used 4 in each group, so how many groups do you have? 3 groups. Very good. All right. Now, so there can be more than one way to make equal groups, right? All right, so let's try to arrange your counters in another way. So you have 12 counters. Arrange them in another way that you didn't do before. Because there's many different ways that we could do this, right, guys? Awesome. I love how you guys are all doing this. So now, ooh, Marisol, I love what you're doing here. How many groups do you have now?
4.
You have 4 groups of how many?
3.
So we just changed our 3 groups of 4 to 4 groups of 3. That's neat, isn't it, guys? All right, so now this is what I want you guys to do. Are you guys ready? I want you to remove 2 of your counters, put them to the side. And I want you guys to make groups of 5. So how many counters do you have? We took 2 away. So I want you guys to make groups of 5. So how many groups are we going to have?
5.
We're going to have 5. But then we need to figure out how many is going to be in each group, right? So let's make it, what do we need to do, Lane? We're going to make groups of what? 5. So can you remove 2 of them. Now, make groups of 5. So count out 5. So how can we put them into groups of 5? So I should see 5 groups, right? Is that equal? Are these equal, honey? This group is equal, this group is equal, this group is equal, and this group is equal. What are we missing? I need 5 groups of... Okay. All right. Now what did you do? Did you make a group of 5? Okay. Okay. All right, so we have a group of 5, right? I wanted you to put how many counters in one group?
5.
So, or we could have had 5 groups of
2.
2. What did you do? You put yours in what? 2 groups of 1 group, 1 group. So you have 2 groups of how many?
5.
Now, how many of you guys have 5 groups? How many did you put in each group?
5.
2. If you have 2, you put in 2. So you have 2 groups, or you have 5 groups of 2. And you did 2 groups of
1.
Two groups of
2.
two groups of 5. All right, that's pretty nifty, isn't it, guys? So we have two groups of 5 in them, or we have 5 groups of 2 in them. Isn't that neat?
Yes.
So, now what I want you guys to do, let's try something a little bit different. Okay? So I want you guys to look at mine. I want you guys to kind of, don't be playing with your counters, please. Okay? I want you guys to look at Miss Roby's counters here. Alright, so there we go. Actually, let me trade these. Alright, are my groups equal?
No.
So how can you guys arrange your counters to look like mine? I want you guys to arrange your counters to look like mine. How can you guys, Chase, I need you to focus here. How can you guys make your counters to look like mine? Chase, honey, sit down on the stool, please. How can you make your counters look just like mine? Will you sort them out for me? Lane, I love how you're doing this. You're so awesome. Man, I have some smart kiddos. I love you guys to pieces. You know how to fix it?
Me too.
Awesome. Now, I need to make them equal. I don't know how to make mine equal.
Just move this and put it right here. Yeah.
You're kidding me. So I just move one of those and put it right here?
Yeah.
So how many groups did I have?
3.
I have 3. And then I have 3 groups of
4 counters.
3 groups of 4 counters. Very good. Now, now, did you guys make your 3 equal groups? Very good. All right, now, I want you guys to move your counters to form 2 equal groups. So I need 2 groups. Just 2 groups. 2 groups. How can we do that? I need 2 groups. 2 groups. And I have a total of how many counters? 10, right? Because we took 2 of them away. Or actually, no, we have 12. Because I didn't take 2 away. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you to put those 2 back. It's all good though. So how many counters? I need 2 groups of how many? How many goes into each group? If I have 12 counters, how many goes into each group? I need 2 groups. Is this 2 groups? I need 2 groups. Chase, how can we do just 2 groups? Two groups of how many? We have 12 counters, so 2 groups of how many? Oh, we still have 2 more counters over here, so could we split them up? So 2 groups of how many? 2 groups of how many, my friends? Of 6. 2 groups of 6, right? Very good. All right, now this is what we're going to do. We are going to do a problem set, and I'm going to see how well you guys do on this, okay? Everybody has their pencil back here, right?
Yes.
All right, so here we go. I want you guys to put your name on this for me, okay? Don't drop your counters for me, my chickadoodle-dees. Okay, now put your names on there for me. Now, what does number 1 say, Chase? Can you read it for us? This says circle. So what do we need to do first? We need to circle.
Circle 2 groups of apples.
So we need to circle. So how many apples is going to be in each group?
2.
So we circled 2 apples in one group, right? So everybody circled 2 apples in one group.
I just did.
You got to keep going though. You have more apples. You got to keep going until all of your apples are circled.
Finished.
Now, how many groups do you see?
There are 5 groups of 2.
There are 5 groups of 2. Very good.
Circle
So what do we need to put in on our line?
2.
2.
All right, Lane, read us the next one.
Circle the 3.
No. Circle.
Group of 3 balls.
So how many balls do we need to circle for our next group? You gotta keep going until all of them are circled, right?
Okay. How many?
3.
Read your directions. What does it say? All right. When we read our directions, it's important, isn't it? So how many circles do you guys see? How many groups are there?
5 groups of 3.
I love how Asia keeps saying there are 5 groups of 3. She says this every single time. Remember, I'm going to give you an M&M when we are done. I love it because she keeps repeating that strategy every time. I love it. All right, now, number 3. Uh-oh, number 3. This one's going to be a little bit tricky. It's not.
This is.
Lane says it's not. So what do we have to do? Marisol, will you read it for us? We're on number 3. Redraw
the 12 oranges into 4 equal groups.
Okay, so we need to draw our oranges into 4 equal groups. And how many oranges do we have? Let's count our oranges. How many oranges do we have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
So we need to circle, put our 12 oranges in 4 equal groups. So can you guys do that for me?
So you make circles in here.
So we could make circles, yes.
There are 3.
No, I don't have a pen back here. So what I could do, so I'm going to show you guys a strategy here that we could do, okay? So we could do 1 circle here, mark this one out. 1 circle here, mark this one out. So we know we have all of them, right? Circle, make our orange here, mark that one out. Make our orange here, mark that one out. Okay? Make our orange here, mark this one out. Make our orange here, mark this out. But you got to keep making your oranges in the circles. You can't just mark them out. Okay? Make an orange here, mark it out. Make an orange here, mark it out. Make an orange here, mark it out. Orange here, mark it out. Okay? Are you sure, honey? Count how many oranges you've got now, because we only have 12. There's 4 groups of how many oranges? Now, but then again, I like how Asia, she just put hers in groups of 3. She circled 4, 4, and 4. So she has groups of 3, but we need it in 4 groups of 3. Okay, so we need 4 groups of 3. So now we have 4 groups of how many oranges in each group?
3.
3. Honey, this is asking you, you have 4 groups. Okay, let me show you a strategy here. Okay, we're gonna, all right, what I want you to do is I want you to put an orange right here. Okay, Mark that mark one of the oranges out over